What is up, guys? It is Iron Throttle, and I am driving through Koreatown, a place with a lot of amazing food and some cool people, some crazy people, and nonetheless, food is where it's at. So the last video I did was reasons why I regret the Sportster. If you haven't watched it, make sure you go to my channel, click on why I regret the Sportster. I got a lot of feedback on it, and so I thought I was gonna make a video on the opposite of that, of why I would never get rid of my Sporty. So that being said, let's get started. So as some of you might know, the Sportster gets a lot of love and it gets a lot of hate. But today we're gonna talk about why I love this bike and why I will never get rid of it. Reason number one would be the nimbleness, especially out here in California, Los Angeles, California. It's very important to be very nimble when riding. As you guys can see, there's a lot of traffic, and sometimes they might be getting in the way, and it also makes, you know, lane splitting a lot easier out here in California, which is legal, and it just makes it easier, especially for someone who, you know, has just started, maybe isn't comfortable on a bigger bike. That nimbleness is going to help them. And I know there's probably a lot of baggers out, people that ride baggers, who might say that could also be a con, because during high winds, you know, that nimbleness kind of pushes you away. But I think for someone, you know, that's starting up, you know, they're trying to get to know what it is to ride a bike. You know, the nimbleness, you know, it's more of a pro than a con. Reason number two would be how compact it is. I know it's so much easier to go out with a smaller bike, and especially in traffic like this, where it's just easier to lane split and not have to worry about a huge bulge in order to get through cars like this. And also, when you're going out, you might be going out to a place where it's congested, and as you guys can see, there's a lot of cars, meaning parking is also going to be horrible. In the Sportster, you'll find parking anywhere, and you just can't beat that. You don't have to be going around. Just make sure you squeeze into a spot, just easy as this. And the compactness just helps so much, especially living here in LA. You know, just living in LA is just a smaller bike is just more of an ideal bike. I do see a lot of baggers lane split, but a lot of times it does get complicated. It does get very hard. And me, when I'm lane splitting, all I have to worry about is making sure that, you know, the people see me. So reason number three would be a reason that I went over last week about how customizable the bike is. And to start off with this bike, what I was intending to do was actually a bobber style, but being that this was going to be my daily rider, I needed something a little bit more comfortable. And I know Sportster is not your most comfortable bike out there, but you can make it comfortable. You can switch out the suspensions, you can switch out the bars, the seat, whatever it is that you need, in order to make your ride a lot more comfortable. So that being said, there's so much that you can do with this bike, and I think that once I get a bigger bike and I can make that my comfortable bike, I think I want to go back to this, to making it a bobber. As some of you guys have seen, I have lifted the tank, I put the sissy bar, and it was supposed to go that direction, but I needed something comfortable, which is why I went club style. But that being said, there's so much that you can do with a Sportster that you cannot do with any other bike. And I've dropped so much money on this bike, and trust me, there's much more that I want to do to it. So there's much more that I'm going to be dropping. But you know, that's just the fun of it. It kind of makes you unique and makes you, you know, who the bike starts representing who you are. And then my next reason will probably be that it's my first bike. I have attachment issues. I can't let go of things. I know my car, my first car, it was a tiny Del Sol used car, old, but I just cannot get rid of it. There were so many problems with the car, and I cannot get rid of it. I would rather just put my time and effort to try to fix it instead of getting rid of it. Unfortunately, that car got destroyed. It got totaled while it was parked. A drunk driver hit the car. Fortunately, everybody was okay. But like I said, I have attachment issues. I can't just let go of something, especially if it's my first anything. So my first bike, man, I can't let go of it. I'd rather, you know, pay it off and then go buy another bike and then have this as my project bike, which it kind of is. It is my project bike because, you know, I've done so much to it, and because you can't. That being said, you guys know what my bike looks like. I got the Memphis shades. I got the club style look. I want to know what you guys have done to your guys' Sporty. Why wouldn't you get rid of it? What is it that you've done that's like you got your attachment issues? Are you riding your Sporty barber look, chopper look, tracker, club style? Let me know. I wanna know what you guys are rocking. And if you guys are interested in buying a Sportster, let me know what direction you would head to. Huge reason why I bought this bike, actually, to start off, was because you got people that don't like when you lane split because they be haters. They hate us because they ain't us.
They hate us because they ain't us.
But like I was saying, a huge reason why I bought it, and was because I was working from Torrance. For those who know California, I was working from Torrance, and I was going to school in Northridge, Cal State Northridge, and I had to drive in rush hour from Torrance to Cal State Northridge in the 405 freeway. For those who know California, and for those who know the 405, you guys know that, man, the 405, you're not getting anywhere. And I remember on my first day of class, I rushed out. I took the freeway, tried to get there as fast as I could, and it took me 3 hours. 3 hours. So I said, you know what, I need something more reliable, more convenient. Went with the Sportster, took that 405, and I kid you not, for those who don't live in California, this is a true story. What took me 3 hours took me 45 minutes, maybe an hour tops on the bike. It's just that bad. And that's why I would not get rid of my Sportster. It's helped me get through point A to point B because it's so small, it's so nimble, and it's just a reliable bike. You can't hate on the Sportster. Why? Because this is probably one of the bikes that hasn't gotten rid of and hasn't had a change to it. You know, Harley doesn't want to touch the Sportster because they know how reliable it is. Like the saying is said, don't fix what isn't broken. And so far it's working for them, because it's probably their most sold bike. I would put my bet on it that it sells more than the Lowrider S. And that's pretty much it. Closing remarks, I do want to say a huge thank you to all of you guys who have supported the channel. I am new to YouTube and motovlogging, so this has been very fun. I've gotten to know a lot of you guys through this channel and on Instagram, and thank you so much for helping me out. You know, I had a lot to complain about the Sportster. A lot of you guys reached out to me and gave me suggestions, and I've been looking into them. So for those who are curious of what to buy, maybe you guys are in the same boat that I was in the last video, check out my comments in the YouTube, check out my comments in the Instagram. I got a lot of feedback, a lot of very helpful feedback, so I appreciate that from all of you guys. That being said, I am off. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys like the video, hit that thumbs up. If you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Share the video. You know, try to support the channel by just sharing the video. But that being said, I am off, and we'll talk next week.